Okay, let's talk. So on January 26th, this year, 2026, my YouTube channel got hijacked. So I was trying to work with a sponsor, which I usually do. They send me products, I do a video on it, and I get to keep the stuff. That's collaboration. So they sent me a link and told me I can get free trial of the software. It's full featured. There's nothing cut out of it. It's not like a dumbed down version. So I decided to, work with that particular company because that's nothing that I never did before. Here's the problem. So the company that I thought I was working with was not actually the company. It was somebody who posed themselves. I followed the procedure, and come to find out, my channel got hijacked. As a matter of fact, my entire YouTube account and my Google account got hijacked, not just the channel. So they sent me the link, and I decided to follow procedure. It asked me to sign into my Google account, which I usually do. And then when I clicked on the link to get into my Google account, and they send you that 3 numbers you have to choose from, 59, 26, whatever. I picked the number that was showing up on the screen to match the one that's on my phone. The moment I did that, my account was not accessible anymore. But I didn't realize it till I realized I couldn't get into my account a little bit later, because I was waiting for the response to log into my Gmail account, and I wouldn't get that response where it sent me the little code. So now I'm thinking something must be up. Then I tried to reach out to the person who sent me the thing that I thought was legit, and come to find out it wasn't. They didn't respond back, and all of a sudden I noticed I couldn't get into my YouTube account. I couldn't get into my Gmail account. I couldn't get into any account that was attached to my Google account, period, nothing. So, I ain't gonna lie, a little panic might set in a little bit, but I'm like, remain calm. There's gotta be something strange going on. This time, I'm not really thinking is what I was trying to get into, the software that I thought I was getting into was the problem. But, come to find out, yep, it got hijacked. So I had to go through some procedure starting the next day to try to get back into my account. But there was no real connection with Google in a way to where I can get back into my account. And I didn't know where to go because they don't. It's not like they have like a chat customer service that you can respond to. I didn't see any phone number that I could call. I didn't see anything. And I searched their website. I searched everywhere. Luckily, I ran into this video of this other guy that got his channel got hijacked too. Basically the same way I've done. Basically the same way I was doing too, but he was able to reach out to somebody, to another friend that contacted him and tell him what to do. So while I was watching his video, I saw email that he sent out, because he did a screenshot, and it had the YouTube like customer service support team. So I kind of copied that, and then I used that along with a link that I eventually found that was connected to the support team, and let them know what happened. And I asked them to shut down my account. If I can't get back in, that's fine. As long as you shut it down to where they can't go in there and keep on doing stuff, because we don't realize it, but all our emails, if we put anything in Google Drive, pictures that we take on our phone, on our Android phone, goes up to the cloud. It happens on Apple too. It goes right up to the cloud, and all that stuff is there. And now they got access to it. They got access to your email and stuff like that. And I'm thinking to myself, man, this is messed up. But I would say I had to cut my loss. If Google decided to shut the account down and just deleted out their server, it would have been fine with me. No loss, because the pictures are uploaded to the Google Photo app, but it's also on my phone still. It syncs up. That's all it does. So I wasn't too worried about that. Emails, not too much, because that was mainly my YouTube email account. My main email account is what I use for other things, bills and other stuff. So I wasn't too worried about that. Let's see, where did I stand now? Oh, so going back and forth with them to get the account back, it took a while. As a matter of fact, I would say today is the 9th. I think I finally got everything back up on Friday. So Friday, or whatever date that was, today's February 9th, I'm making this video. So I was able to get back in totally. First, I got my email first. So that was before Friday. I was able to get back in my account, but I had to go through a whole process. It's not easy. And I understand it. You know what I mean? I understand why they took you through that process just to get it, because they want to make sure you're you. So you have to answer the questionnaire first that starts from 0%, and you have to keep on answering each question until you get to 100%. And it's page after page after page after page. You clicking on the website that they sent you to. So once I did all that, I just had to wait. And then they sent me a link that was supposed to help me recover my email, because they shut the account down. They locked it down. And my YouTube channel got wiped off YouTube. I mean, it wasn't even there anymore. If you try to look it up or watch on my video, it was totally gone. Now, I don't know how much hurt that did to my channel, but you know what? I just got to live with it. So once I go through the process that they told me to go through, eventually they sent me a link, like I said, to recover my email. But that link kept on telling me to go to the email, the one that I can't access anymore, to recover the link, or should I say some type of code they sent to that email that I can't get back into. So I had to reach out back to them and tell them, no, I cannot get in that email. I can give you a backup email to get back into that account, because everything got erased off that original account that was attached to me. So my backup email, my backup phone, none of that stuff would work. So I told them, can you send whatever that link that's supposed to be going to the email for me to verify that I can't get into? Can you send it to this email instead, my backup email? They sent a link to the email that I was communicating with them with, which is my main email, not my YouTube email address. So going back and forth with them, eventually, like I say, they sent me a link, and it finally came up to the point where it tells me to create a new password. So once I created a new password, then I was back in. Once I got back in, I had to set up 4 sets of security measures, which a lot of people don't realize now is that 2-step authentication, from what I've learned, my experience is, it's not as good as it used to be. Because if they can trick me to click on something to go to their phone instead of mine, then that shows you that 2-step verification thing that you think is legit, because I thought it was legit. It looks like it came from Google. It came to my phone, but somehow they're able to circumvent that, and it locked me out of my account. So it is what it is. So now I still have the 2-step verification, of course, password, and then I got Passkey and backup codes. So these things are all in your Google account that you might want to set up, because that's how you're going to get back in. And that's how you're going to try to prevent them from getting in, especially the Passkey code, because the Passkey is something that uses biometrics. So you're going to use your thumbprint on your phone, something you use to unlock your phone. And but it doesn't work on devices that doesn't have your thumbprint reader, or your fingerprint reader, I should say. So that is when you go to another step. And that's what I've been going through, because when I sign into computers that don't have a thumbnail like a desktop or something like that, doesn't have the fingerprint reader like a desktop, then I have to go through the process of using another way to connect. And that's when it will send me to my phone, and then I'll verify it. Then it will go to the desktop. So it takes a lot more stuff to get into my Google account, for what I'm saying. But you know what? I don't mind, because if I'm having a hard time, that means it's going to prevent them from trying to get into my account, hopefully. We're living in a world where people can just get into your stuff. They know how to get into your accounts. They know how to get into your system. They know how to hijack your webcam, your this, your that. It's the world we live in. We just got to set up more countermeasures so their missiles don't hit you. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I have set up right now. Like I said, the 2-step password and the passkey and the backup codes. Now, backup codes is what Google created, where you can use backup codes that you're the only one has those codes. So you have to download them, save them to your computer, print them offline, whatever, so you can get access to them. And then you use those as a way of get back into your account in case this happened again. The passkey is another one too, because it's something that's on your phone that you can get into. So that's the only way, they can't circumvent that, because your fingerprints is all yours. Unless they can find a way to use your fingerprints to overtake your account. Good luck on that one. All right. So that's the kind of world we live in now. Is getting to the point where 2-step authentication doesn't work anymore. You need to set up your passkey. If you haven't set up your passkey on your Google account, set it up. Any device or anything that requires passkey, and you might see it on accounts that's not related to Google. But if you do see it, I recommend you use that passkey feature. Set it up. It's a step that you want to go through. All right. So I can't really walk you through it, because it's something you have to do on your own. It's not like I can say, okay, this is how you set up your passkey. If you're doing it through Google, it will walk you through the steps and how to get it done. It's not that difficult. It's just you realize that you have to take extra steps to get into your account. But like I said, it's worth it. You might have to walk few more steps to get to your destination, but it's worth it. Make sure you set up those passkey, and make sure you get those backup codes for all your Google account, and just keep them offline, because it's me today, could be you tomorrow. And I'm just putting this out there, this public announcement, to let you know that you want to please set up and make sure you get your stuff up. So now I can see my pictures were still there. My email was still there, even though I didn't get any email from the time the account got shut down. But that's okay. I wasn't expecting any email in a way, because I let the family and friends and all that know that my email has been compromised. So do not send any email. As a matter of fact, don't respond to any email as of this date. So I gave them that notice, so they didn't have to worry about getting strange stuff from me or sending stuff that's not coming to me directly. So once I move over to YouTube now, I thought, it'd be easy for me to just get into my account. Nope. That was another process I have to go through. So now I have to contact the YouTube team. And luckily, I just contact them through the email that I was going back and forth with the person who helped me get back into my Google account. So follow the steps, right? And then it told me to click this and follow this step, answer some questions so they can investigate. And then after, they say up to 72 hours, but I think it was like 48 hours. I finally got a response back, and then I followed the steps to get back into my YouTube account to get it back up and running. I had to go in there and remove the stuff, because they said they would remove videos past the last video I updated. So the last video update, I was given a update on my daughter's computer that she built. And that was the last video I uploaded. And that was on January 26th, before I got hacked. So apparently they might have added some more videos to it, but I didn't have access to it, so I couldn't see anything. But they removed all those extra videos that they realized didn't belong to me because I wasn't in the video. And they told me to go in and make sure everything else is hunky-dory. So I had to go in and remove some of the videos that I have, like on a homepage, on my YouTube homepage, they put a bunch of videos related to them. So I removed all of those, and then I repost my stuff. I had to put a logo back in there because they took my logo down and put theirs as my little logo on the YouTube account. I had to replace that back with my version, and everything else was still good. All my, channel description and about me and all that stuff was still good. So I didn't have anything to worry about there. I went into my AdSense account that's attached to my YouTube. I had to update that too. So that was updated. They didn't get into that. So luckily what I did is I have several Gmail accounts because I do different things, business wise and work wise and, doing other stuff. So I immediately went into all my other Gmail account that I still have access to, and I just change. Set up the passkeys, make the backup codes, all that stuff to make sure they didn't compromise those, because even though they got into one, I don't know what they can do to get into the other. But just to be cautious, I went ahead and just locked down everything else. So now all my accounts, including this one, is locked down and back to normal. So I'm going to get back to start making some YouTube videos, but I wanted to make this one to give you like an update in case any one of you, my viewers, noticed that they couldn't see none of my videos anymore. That's the reason why. If you couldn't get access to my channel, that's the reason why. I didn't violate any policy, even though that's what it said on the page when you try to access my YouTube channel. It kept saying that this channel has been taken down because it violated YouTube policy. Nope, that wasn't me. It was somebody else. I try to make clean and educational videos to make sure y'all get the info that you're looking for when you come to my channel. So it's time to get back to business. I was supposed to be cranking out videos like crazy because I had a whole list of videos that I was going to make, but my time was diverted into trying to get myself back into my own account. So I didn't have time to sit down and make any videos. Hopefully in the near future, none of this happen again, but I'm doing my best next time to be more cautious and take this as a lesson learned. I wasn't pissed off. I wasn't upset. I wasn't losing sleep over it because I believe problems have solution. And you got to have a clear mind and sit down and think before you start getting upset and getting angry, before you just think and strategize. So that's what I did. I started just working strategy. I said, it's got to be a way to get in. But I had a backup plan. It would have been me starting all over again, but it's something you have to do sometime when it comes to being hacked. When we got hacked at my job, being the IT director, it seemed like a nightmare. But luckily we had backup in the cloud. So we definitely had to start from scratch there because they wanted us to pay the ransom and we weren't going to pay the ransom. So we just start over from scratch. And we had stuff to start over with. We didn't start back at zero. We just start up at the last backup stage that we were. And like I said, I wasn't worried about losing anything on that account. I still had all the videos. Well, for the most part, a lot of the videos that I uploaded to the channel, I still had those. Well, most of them, I should say, that I could have re-upload. It would have started off from 0 views, but hey, at least it would be something to build the channel back up. So I was going to start a new channel, and I already had it like pre-designed and pre-ready, but I just never released it because I wasn't sure if I was going to get back in or not. But I wanted to be prepared because you always got to have a backup plan. So luckily that didn't have to take place, and I can get back into my regular account, and we can start getting back for me making videos and you viewing them and giving me comments and suggestions and some thumbs up, hopefully, and some subscribing. But set up that passkey. Set it up. You know, get your backup codes. Just don't rely on the two-step authentication only. And definitely don't rely on the password, because unless you have a super long password, that's easily bypassed these days. But set it up, okay? So I hope this was an eye-opener for you. Like I said, I just wanted to share my nightmare story. But it's all good. Like I said, it's a learning thing. You know what I mean? Just don't get upset. You know, we're living in a world where this stuff is going on. People are going to break in, you know. They're not breaking into houses anymore. They're just breaking into your accounts and doing malicious stuff. Yeah, they're probably still breaking in houses, but you know, it's easy for them to just sit at a computer and just and get into your account because it's easier. You know, they don't have to worry about being caught because you don't know where they're at. It might say, oh, this person hacked into your account from New York. They're using remote access and VPNs and all of that. So yeah, it might say New York, but they might be in some other country, Netherlands or something like that. Not saying they're from there, but you know, I'm just trying to give an example. But I'm going to end it right here. And like I said, we're going to get back to business. I got some videos coming, a lot more. You know, I've been tampering with the AI side of things and some other stuff. So stay tuned. I got to get my studio finished, set back up. I started working on it last week and it's kind of a hot mess right now. I'm looking at it, but it's going to be up and running. You know, it won't take long. My time just got diverted because I was just focused on trying to get my account back up. Anyway, that's going to be it for now. Thanks for taking the time for watching. Make sure you subscribe, like, and look out soon. Hit that notification because, like I said, videos are coming. I got some coming. All right. Have a good one.